everyone, welcome back. I get the sense from some of you that since we're deep into summer, it's mid-August, that some of you are taking a break from your healthy lifestyle. Some of you are taking a vacation from your diet, and I get it. It makes sense. You get busy with family, you get busy with friends, there's all kinds of things to celebrate, and the days are longer. Maybe there's more treats, there's more fruits, there's all kinds of excuses that you see and find to stray from your healthy lifestyle. And you know what? That's okay, as long as you don't do too much damage and you're able to jump right back in. Today's video is all about how to make the most of your metabolism with a few tricks and tips. I'm Connie Rutledge. I'm a functional nutritionist. I'm a menopause fat loss specialist, and I help you, the menopausal woman, to get back on track, to figure out how not to gain piles of weight and to be the healthiest you possible. You know, this summer I had the opportunity and the fun to be able to spend some time with my grandkids and my daughters at some fun water parks. And I looked around and it was astounding to see the metabolic disaster that we're in. And doggone it, I mean, nobody feels good when you've got 25 to 55 pounds floating around your middle, and it just isn't fun. So I want to just offer some real strategies for your metabolism, things that you can effortlessly take and swallow and utilize to boost that metabolism and help you feel amazing and have the energy that you deserve to have, especially as a menopausal woman and in perimenopause. Our hormones have taken a deep dive. Our toxin load is higher than it's ever been. Our busy meter is off the charts, and we just don't have the tools, and maybe some of us don't have the awareness that we need in creating and curating a really healthy recipe for success. And that's what I do in my Jumpstart sessions. As a clinical nutritionist, I get to work with you, and I love offering, simple solutions to the things that bother you most. How to get rid of that tire around the middle. I mean, it's uncomfortable, and I look around at the grocery store or out and about, and even my girlfriends that I haven't seen in a while, when I see you kind of stuffed into your body, it's no fun to see. It's no fun to experience. I've had extra weight on me, and I am so grateful that I've learned these tools to be able to master my fat loss, and I want to help you do the same thing. You know you have a slow metabolism when you don't have any energy. You know you have a slow metabolism when your hormones are, kaput. Your metabolism is tanking when you gain weight from, just one meal off plan. It's not fair, but it's a reality. And that slow metabolism causes sugar cravings, it causes carb cravings, it causes you to feel off. A slow metabolism will cause digestive issues. So, when you get that kind of indigestion or the bloat, or you just feel like you swallowed a brick and, you don't want to eat for hours, or at least you don't feel hungry because you feel uncomfortable hours after that meal, that tells me that we've got work to do. And it's so common, and I think there are a few easy ways to remedy some of these things. Stay to the end. You're not going to want to miss some of the tips that I have. When you're fatigued and your metabolism has slowed, it tells me that you're not digesting and you're not able to get the energy from the food that you're eating. I mean, that's why we eat. We eat food not because it tastes good. Well, Yeah, it does taste good, but we eat food for energy. Food is fuel. You know that. But when we are snacking all day long and when we aren't moving our bodies, then that energy, that food stays in our stomach and our small intestine and creates inflammation, fermentation, all kinds of the heavy feeling, pound raising situations that we don't want to have anything to do with. We want to have a nice smooth digestion. We want to have a palate that is diverse and not craving sweets and starches. We want to have a very well-rounded diet so that our body and our microbiome can be at ease and processing the way it's designed to process. So our microbiome, well, that's a huge video all on its own. But when we understand that certain acids, certain metabolites of foods cause us to either gain weight or maintain or lose weight, we then are going to think a little bit differently about some of the things that I'm going to talk about today. Apple cider vinegar is a huge needle mover in boosting metabolism. It's so important. It's an acetic acid. The acetate in the microbiome definitely determines fat or thin. And it's really something easily taken, and you can do it every single day. It's inexpensive. Apple cider vinegar is definitely a way to go if you have any issues with energy, any issues with sugar cravings, any issues with high blood sugar and high glucose, type 2 diabetes. You should absolutely consider taking a couple tablespoons once or twice a day. You can take it in water, you can take it in your food, and it's such an easy way to get the needle moving on your metabolism. Apple cider vinegar will actually decrease the rate at which glucose enters into the bloodstream. So you've heard it before, or maybe you haven't, but I want to educate you about the fact that apple cider vinegar, or any vinegar for that matter, is acetic acid, and it's going to help slow that glucose seeping into the bloodstream. Not that you can drink vinegar and eat a bunch of garbage. That's not how it works. These are tools that help you kind of get ahead of the game and balance your body and help with metabolic processes that maybe you had no idea were off. Having apple cider vinegar on board will also help curb your appetite. It'll give you a little pick-me-up. It is very, very good at with high antioxidants. It's also antimicrobial. So if you've got a little something going on, a little bacteria overgrowth, then it might really help bat that down so that you can feel less bloat, less fullness, and just kind of metabolize a little bit easier. I've got a couple different apple cider vinegars. They all taste a little bit different. Quality matters. You're going to want to stick to an organic brand, an organic apple cider vinegar with the mother. Okay, they're going to be a little bit cloudy, which is just fine. Keep it in the refrigerator. I'm going to do a little taste test just to kind of see, because I know that the flavor profile is different in all vinegars. And sometimes you think that one is better than the other. Okay, so I've got the, at the Bragg's apple cider vinegar that you can find anywhere. And rumor has it they're not as good as they used to be, but I haven't done the research to really be able to know. This is yep, it tastes like vinegar. It definitely is what I'm used to because I've used it for years. Then I purchased the Kirkland Costco brand. It's organic, raw, and unfiltered, just like the Bragg's. It might be the Bragg's, who knows? That said, what does it taste like? How different is it? Okay, it's softer. It's almost more salty tasting than the Bragg's. So that's kind of nice. I picked up my local health food store. It's Lassen's here in California. It's an organic apple cider, unfiltered with the mother. Same. Okay, what does this one taste like? Again, it's different. And it might have to do with the apples. It might have to do with the fermentation process. But I would say that the Kirkland, for my palate, the Kirkland is a little softer. And then this is number 2. And then the Bragg's was a little more tart and or I would say sour. So I happen to love vinegar, and a lot of you might not feel the same way. I do, however, know that drinking vinegar could impact over time the enamel on your teeth. So if you're concerned with that, you can drink it with a straw. I would recommend like a tablespoon or 2 in a glass of water. In fact, my afternoon snack oftentimes, well, not snack, but a drink that I do in the afternoon is a sparkly, bubbly water. This one's from Costco, and it's like a Perrier. I open the bottle, it's cold, okay? I take a drink out of this, and then I'm just gonna pour the rest of this vinegar in, and then I pour the vinegar right into the bottle. And a lot of times in between clients, or even when I'm working with clients, I am drinking something like this to keep my energy up, to give my taste buds something to do, and it really does help with digestion. It helps with lowering my glucose level, my blood sugar. It helps with cravings. I mean, it's a win-win. You can't go wrong. So just a little bit of apple cider vinegar in a bubbly water. Definitely a nice way to drink your vinegar. Another benefit from apple cider vinegar is it could actually reduce blood pressure. If you suffer from high blood pressure, then there's probably a lot of metabolic disturbance. And if you have extra weight, obviously that's going to be contributing to high blood pressure. I found a study saying that 30 mils of apple cider vinegar could decrease blood pressure. Another thing to be aware of, because if you are on blood pressure medication and you're starting really seriously doing the diet, getting your exercise, your fat is coming off because you're doing the things to make it happen, then I would absolutely be aware that taking apple cider vinegar could definitely impact and lower your blood pressure. So be aware. That's all I want to say. Apple cider vinegar will also increase your mood. If you tend to be a little bit blue, if you tend to be a little bit on the depressed side, I would highly recommend enjoying a mood boost. You know, a couple tablespoons, definitely after a meal, could absolutely increase your happy meter. Why not? I mean, it's worth a try. Okay, what are the side effects? Side effects could be if you're fasted and you add this acetic acid vinegar, it could upset your tummy. You could have a little nausea. You definitely could have some drug interactions, but honestly, it's so safe. I'm not concerned about that. Okay, what else is going to help with your metabolism? What else is going to help you kind of rev up the metabolism? Well, we know that high intensity training, exercise, absolutely is going to increase your metabolism. If you're sitting on the couch, you're not going to have any need for a big meal or much food at all, and your metabolism is going to absolutely slow down. So get your exercise. Fasting is definitely a good way to increase your metabolism, because what happens when you're fasting, and I'm talking about more of a long-term fast, maybe a 24-hour, 36, 72-hour fast, is your energy metabolism is definitely, it's not coming from food. So your body's going to shift over into fat burning mode. And studies show that the fasted metabolism is so much better than the low calorie diet metabolism, because when you're eating low calorie, you're eating every couple of hours these little tiny low calorie meals because you're starving to death. That says your metabolism says, all right, we gotta conserve, because there's just a little bit of fuel coming in, and we don't know how it's going to go. So when you do longer fasts, which I highly recommend for targeting super resistant fat loss, then and you don't do it all the time, you do it occasionally and maybe a couple times a month, and you change it up all the time. That said, when you add in things like apple cider vinegar and low carbohydrate, but you're eating in feeding windows and maybe every other day feeding yourself because you really want that stubborn fat to be tapped into, sometimes that's what it takes. Not always, but sometimes. I just want you to be aware. But your metabolism is not going to slow anywhere near like when you were on Weight Watchers, eating tiny little bits all day long, telling your body to build insulin, use that insulin because you're eating low calorie, high carbohydrate foods that don't have much nutrition. I mean, that's just how it works. So rethink that if that's if that's a pattern you've been in, okay? I'll also suggest that if you want to maximize your metabolism or control your metabolism, you might want to play with the Control. It is by Infinywell. It's a beautiful supplement. You can find it on my Full Script account at a discount, and it's a berberine, it's an appetite suppressant, and it's just really a good thing to try if you're all over the place and haven't had success with anything necessarily long term. Okay, I would say give it 1 or 2 bottles, and you're going to take about 3 a day, and you can do that 2 with your first meal, 1 with your second. I also want to suggest that if you're fasting, if you've decided to give a 24-hour fast to go, then you don't need to take any supplements. And obviously you're not eating, you're going to be having maybe your black coffee, your black tea, you can have a little apple cider vinegar, you can have a little bit of fat, you can have some bone broth, plenty of electrolytes, whether you're doing sea salt. I mean, there are a myriad of tricks and little things that you can utilize for a longer term fast to just help you get through it. Obviously, you're not wanting a long-term fast if you're coming straight off vacation and you've been eating everything under the sun. You want to kind of ease into that longer fast and do it occasionally. So, and see how your body handles it. Very important information. Don't just dive into starvation, because that's not going to work either, okay? Eating high protein is another wonderful way to stoke your metabolism. If you're not eating, 80 to 100 grams of protein, whether you're supplementing with the perfect aminos or you're actually eating that meat and seafood and those animal products directly, then you need to get on that. We need the raw materials to maintain our muscle mass, to be able to build muscle and keep muscle instead of wasting it. And without muscle, that's our metabolic burner. We need muscle to utilize the fuel and do the things in the body and enjoy a slender figure and a high metabolism so that we can actually enjoy and eat. Green tea and coffee and tea, that caffeine will stoke the metabolism. That's something. Plenty of hydration, water, your electrolytes, definitely important there. and that's another metabolism booster. Your sauna and your cold plunge and, being active, all of those hermetic stresses, all of those things that stress the body will engage the metabolism and keep it going, okay? Don't slow down as you age. That's no fun. Yeah, you can take it easy, but definitely balance it with something way more metabolically challenging so that you're in the sweet spot. That's huge. Okay, so your mindset, your belief, the fact that you understand that, you know what, you have agency, you have control. You get to decide how you live your life. Don't let somebody else tell you what to do. Yeah, take advice from all of the influencers that maybe you seek. Do what's right for you. I would love to help you decide what makes sense in my Jumpstart session. There's a link down in the comments for all these things that we're talking about right now. Maybe you want to schedule a Jumpstart. If you've already had a Jumpstart and you thought it was pretty fun and pretty good, because it is, then maybe it's time for a follow-up. If you've fallen off the wagon, if you feel like it's not working anymore, then you need a reboot, and you deserve that. Invest in yourself. No one else is going to. And time's wasting. I want you to feel good. I want you to look good. I want you to enjoy life on the planet in your human body. It's so important. Let me tell you, it's so rewarding when I get your emails saying how successful you've been and how excited you are to feel better, to look better, to sleep better, to enjoy a better libido, to do all the things that come when you optimize your game. It's huge. I'm right here with you. I'm cheering for you. And if this is something that has been helpful, please give it a like and subscribe. It helps the algorithm, you know that. A comment would be incredible. That said, ask me a question. I'm dying to answer, and I want you to be the best you can be, okay? Come for the fat loss, stay for the longevity. We're not getting any younger. Okay, I hope to see you next time. Thanks